and welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of October 2nd.
October.
I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
For a weekly episode to talk about parenting in a roundabout way with a little pop culture and a little, luxuriating in the fact that we don't have kids in high school anymore.
Yay!
So, first I can complain lightly because our school district has had to change the route of the homecoming parade.
What? Are they allowed to do that?
How dare they? Oh,
I
my
think
goodness.
that tradition is what's important here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't just go changing that.
No.
You have to put it up for a vote of all the citizenry.
Oh, that would go so well.
A referendum regarding the homecoming parade. Can we change the route?
Yeah, so it's just disappointing because our house is right on the route. And so every year we've been able to watch outside our door and, have friends come by because they can park in our driveway and, hang out with us. And
these things are important.
Fun. Yeah.
Tradition.
Right.
They didn't ask you first?
They didn't ask us.
They're letting a little construction get in the way of tradition.
I know. It's just this small construction project by the library, which is a few blocks away. Yeah. And it looks like it's almost done to me. So I don't know hurry it up. They should have made it a priority to finish that.
They should
in
have.
Time. But
yes.
No one asked me.
That would tick me off if I had a tradition of watching this thing and then suddenly, for no really good reason, they just said, well, we're going to do it over here instead. Right. No.
Right.
No. Do you know anybody on the new route you can sit on their lawn?
No, it's all sort of more business.
What?
Zoned,
I bet the businesses said, you know what would be great, Mr. Mayor? How about if they went by us and they had to buy snacks from us to watch the homecoming parade?
Yeah.
I smell a rat. Do you have any investigative journalists there in your town newspaper? Just set them on it. Psst,
local news, not really a thing anymore.
That's true. A fix is in somewhere. I'm suspicious. Well,
yes. So we'll have to walk down the street a few blocks out of our way.
Not the same.
No.
That's alarming.
Yes.
The parade I was watching last night, which did in fact go right by my window, was the parade of poor, beleaguered parents who came a little late to back to school night at the high school, and there was nary a parking space to be found.
Aww.
They started this thing, it's apparently at 6 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it was always 7 or 7:30. Mm-hmm. But this one started at 6 because my husband and I were walking around the high school at 6:30, and I heard this loud intercom, which we've mentioned on earlier episodes, saying time to move from second period to third period. So by 6:30, they had already done 2 periods of the day.
Right.
And we saw parents sitting in classrooms. And meanwhile, there were still parents just desperately trying to show up for their child. And there was no place to leave their vehicle. None whatsoever. It was every single legal parking space was filled. All of the illegal parking spaces were filled. The fire lane was completely covered with cars. The neighboring side streets, which are very narrow, had cars on either side. It was just a desperate situation. And I felt so bad because you want parents to show up for their kids.
Right.
These are parents who want to participate, but maybe they had to work. And so they got off a little later and they were going to come a little later. And now they're going to just be circling the neighborhood forever.
Yeah.
And why did it start so early? And also, could they not have had another parking lot available and bussed people over? I mean, they've done that for things before. Somebody needed to do the math and say, hey, we have this many parents supposedly coming, and we have this many parking spaces. Do we just stand and laugh at them as they go by, or what?
And if
they send out a note saying, better get here early.
If you're having it at 6, then I feel like the 2 parents per one kid are going to come in 2 cars.
Yes.
because they've both come from different
part
places.
Of the problem. Yeah.
So
why are we making it harder for people? I don't understand. But boy, my heart went out to all those people you saw desperately going down the side streets and then hiking back.
Right.
Half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour late. Not fair.
It's rough.
As you did with the homecoming parade, we used to let our friends park in our driveway when it was time for back to school night because we could just walk over.
Right.
So we would actually have my kids' friends' parents park in the driveway, and then we would have somebody come over to watch all the kids. Mm-hmm. So you could park and have babysitting for free at the Morrows.
What a service from the Morrows.
It was pretty great. Yeah. And then once our kids graduated, we still did it for other people occasionally. So it was perfect. So now I'm thinking, how much would people pay to park in our driveway, do you think?
Right.
We could just stand out on the corner by the high school going, parking, $25 around the corner. Cash only.
They'd do it.
Well, I can have my Venmo. They could Venmo me. It'd be fine. Yeah. So, man, the times when you think, gee, I'm glad I don't have to do that. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Although I would like a back to work night at my son's job.
Yes.
And at my daughter's job. That's meet the parents night at Wendy's would be excellent. Can we set that up? Yeah. I bet they have enough parking. It'd be fine.
Yeah,
Home Depot definitely has enough parking.
You can buy yourself a Frosty while you're there.
I will bring the cookies to Home Depot. I will bring refreshments. Just come and talk to me about how wonderfully my son is doing.
Right.
That is a missed opportunity, but oh boy, was that a bleep show last night. And I wonder if there are many angry people this morning.
Yeah.
I tried, honey. You left me a note on your desk. I tried. I promise I tried. Well, hopefully the person bringing cookies is not bringing the kind of cookies they had on Only Murders in the Building that were lightly dusted with rat poison.
Yeah.
I guess it was only one cookie that was lightly dusted with rat poison, but that was enough.
It was enough. Well, it was enough to get the job started.
That's right. It did not get the job done, did it?
Right.
Not quite enough. She needed to coat it a little more thickly, but then that might have been obvious.
Right.
But what is the name of the Substack that you're on that had that discussion in which somebody said he was talking to the cookies? Yeah,
it's called Drinks with Broads. Yes. It's from the Fug Girls from Go Fug Yourself. So they had an open thread. We were reading this prior to this episode, episode 9 dropping. And there was, similar to what we had talked about last week, speculation about the producers, Donna and possibly Cliff, her son, but mostly her. Yeah. And then what I had said about the producers, the Broadway show and the movie, there was sort of some homage being paid to that.
Right. Wanting a show to fail and then making it so. But then somebody there, I'm pretty sure, or multiple somebodies, said he was talking to the cookies.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that, I said, well, of course he was. That's absolutely right. And sure enough, that person must be feeling so smart when they watch this episode. Yes.
Yes. I mean, it was a fun episode in the way that they had the trio sort of inserted in as if they were watching in real time so that we could see what had happened.
Yes.
Which, was a stretch from
that's
them
not
watching
exactly
the interrogations. But it was
so
still
fun that
it was still fun. Yeah.
Nicely done.
But they came to the conclusion that it's Donna and who's the producer, and so now the big push is to, somehow prove that so that they can free Loretta.
Right.
But they haven't proved who pushed him.
That's right.
And also they haven't really proved anything. They have a story.
They have a story.
So,
but they sat there. See, we saw them sitting there and watching Ben do it. So that works, right?
Right. So
our collective imaginations.
to be interesting in this final episode to see how they connect all the dots, and the next twist is going to be who pushed him.
Right.
And then also per the Substack discussion, I want to know which of the Pickwick triplets did it.
Yes. Yeah. Are they going to give us enough of the show to know? Right.
It's a good question. I mean, the episode title for the next one is Opening Night.
So does Loretta get back in on stage?
Well, good question.
Because Dickie still could have done the pushing and Loretta still could have done the pushing. So
that's right.
I feel like we need a big Meryl Streep scene at the end. So thinking about last week's episode, that whole adoption storyline and her being Dickie's birth mom just kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? Was there any foreshadowing for that whatsoever? And do we consider it legitimate if that was the case?
Well, the only thing was them, actually saying that he was adopted.
Right.
But other
which
than
was
that,
the episode before this, I think.
Or maybe even one more before that.
I don't know. I just feel like a huge revelation in episode 8 that was not foreshadowed in any way that you could guess it before then. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. I guess you did by the book. The book was a red herring, but it wasn't really because if you had thought about it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow it. One does not watch Only Murders in the Building for the meticulous construction of the mystery.
No. We're watching it for the trio.
They are so fun. And the other wonderful reveal in this episode was, why is Mabel in a wedding dress in all the ads? What the heck? Yes. What could that possibly be? So yes, thank you. Phew, got that done. I was very happy to see it. As soon as that box came in, I thought, all right, I got an idea.
There we go.
She's not marrying Topper, thank goodness. Theo maybe. Theo I would accept, but...
Yeah. Do you think that we're going to get the return of Joy?
I wonder.
Is Charles going to be able to, apologize and get her back?
I would say that I checked IMDb and she's not in it anymore. However, IMDb has bleeped me before. So it's entirely possible. Who knows? Just embrace the possibility of what might be. It seems kind of shabby if she doesn't. She needs a better send-off than she got.
Yes.
And is Charles still taking care of that fish? Have we been in his apartment? Does he still have the huge fish tank?
We were in his apartment.
Still with us?
Yeah, we were there, weren't we, in this episode when they were figuring it all out?
Yeah. Huh. Oh, well. The many mysteries of Only Murders in the Building. Hey. And of course, Oliver, wow, that previously on last week that was saying if he has another heart attack, he could die. Turns out, no, he's fine.
I knew that was I wasn't too worried about him.
He's back in action immediately. So, which is fine because none of us wants to see this without Martin Short doing his thing.
Absolutely not.
Fun. And I enjoyed that the 5 ladies that Ben is meeting up with were not sex workers, but cute little old ladies who sew.
Yes.
That was nice.
Was adorable.
So they're starting to make Ben kind of sympathetic here.
Yes.
Very, very, very late in the day. That he had reasons to be agitated when he was talking to Loretta and he feels abandoned and he is not out drugging at night. He's out sewing handkerchiefs for his castmates with these 5 cute little old ladies. Reminded me of, what was it in Ted Lasso where Roy has a yoga group that he goes to?
Yes.
And he was there late because one of them was getting a divorce and it's like, it's the adorable thing of a guy going and hanging out with people you would not expect him to hang out with.
Right.
So are they going to make us sad that he got killed by the end? Possibly. Did he deserve it? Seemed like he did at the beginning, but
I mean, I don't think anybody deserves to be pushed down an elevator shaft.
I guess, but
that's probably
at the beginning.
Not true.
They were making it sound like he was just a rotten fellow, and maybe he was not.
Right,
just misunderstood. And was Dickie telling stories about him? Did he know that it was 5 old ladies, or did he not know?
Yeah. It seems like he would, he knew everything, but maybe Ben was trying to keep this one thing from him.
But on the other hand, you don't necessarily send the detectives over to that place to check it out because they're going to find what they find. So maybe he didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't really care that much. Just enjoying seeing these people work.
That's right.
Very, very fun.
And did you enjoy watching people dance?
I did. All that trouble we thought was going to be descending on this poor little fluffy show just passed right by.
Right.
We got the Writers Guild agreement in time for Matt Walsh to come back, however briefly, and for the show to go on schedule. And it was almost like it was all just there to draw attention to the show. But that worked out awfully well.
It did.
And as with the first episode of any season of Dancing with the Stars, there are so many contestants. Oh my goodness, there are a lot of people. And
and there's so many. It didn't even feel like there was very much fluff because there's so many dances, and even though they're like a minute long. I mean, they're short.
They were short. I thought the judges were brutal in some cases. I think it's good that the scores are low at the beginning, although somebody got an 8. Really? You're saying that they can only improve by 2 points? The 4s were, I think, maybe not necessary.
Yeah.
In any of those cases. But the problem is when they score some people really low, it seems like they're trying to put their foot on the scale to keep them from doing well.
Right.
And with the complete lack of criteria for the scoring, it really just does seem to be a whim. And sometimes they say nice things and they score tremendously low. Sometimes they say criticisms and they score higher. For the layperson at home, it really does look like,
which all of us are,
and, there's something unseemly going on, but maybe not. That's fine. I think I enjoyed most of the dances. I especially was happy to see Jason Mraz do so well.
Yeah, he did.
He was
really
a lot
well.
of fun. I think Daniela's got a live one there. And they should. I was listening to his music that day before the show, and I recognize at least 3 of his songs. So
wow, that's
did not know the one that they danced to that night. Yeah, well, no, I think you probably know 2. There's the one he did with Kobe Calais, and then there's another one that was familiar.
There's "I'm Yours."
Yes, and then there was a third one that just came up on the playlist, and I thought, hey, I've heard that song. I didn't know that was him. So
yeah.
Anyway, he seems like he has a good personality and some danceability, and they could have fun together.
Right.
Allison and Sasha were my early rooting interest, and I'm still rooting for them, but I don't think she's got it.
Yeah.
I see a brief but entertaining tenure for her, and I don't know. But Riley Arnold was adorable.
Yes.
Her I don't know why they did all her sisters, and I think her mom and dad were in the audience, but I don't think they were on camera ever.
Yeah.
How could you not just show those 3 beautiful sisters there watching their little sis doing their thing?
Right. Or did they not want to call attention to the fact that Lindsay's not doing it?
Maybe not, but I saw a post today by Alfonso Ribeiro's wife mentioning that the Arnold sisters were whooping and hollering and pumping their fists and being entertainingly enthusiastic. So it didn't seem like they were trying to be discreet.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe I can't see. I enjoy them a great deal. They do not seem like the kind of family that would say, hey, no cameras on us. We want all the attention.
No. Yeah.
If
you followed,
I respect that.
I mean, they're on YouTube. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. Like they are definitely not hiding out in Utah and trying to just live their lives.
They are not. But anyway, I don't know about Riley's partner lasting all that long, depending on what sort of social media strength he has. But he seems pleasant enough.
Because he got some of the lowest. He got a 12.
Right.
Along with Matt, who was eliminated, and Tyson Beckford.
Matt was never going to go far. I hope people understand that. I mean, I saw a lot of complaints that, they got rid of him because he went along with the strike, or he did. The Venn diagram of people who know who Matt Walsh is and the people who watch Dancing with the Stars is a narrow sliver, I have to think. And he's not active on social media. So even the people who did know, he's not going to be able to drum them up. Right. Coco is a relatively new pro. He was never going to last.
Right.
The judges could have pumped him up for this first week to keep him going, but maybe not even that. Yeah. So he came on, he did respectably. His routine was amusing and enjoyable. The judges dumped on him and people booed, so he got that. Got a lot of people now saying he shouldn't have gone home. That is a win for him, and he should take it. That is his mirror ball. He got good press out of this.
And, Coco very wisely, did a really fun, kind of silly
in which she herself, I believe, played the character of Toxic Waste.
Or a snake.
Was it a snake? Okay, maybe so.
Well, whatever.
He had a hazmat suit on, so I was thinking, is she supposed to be the titular poison of the song?
Right. You're probably right.
Whatever. It was amusing. It was very well done, and it was just right for him.
Yes.
And he acquitted himself very well and left with people thinking he shouldn't have gone home. So good on him.
Yeah. Are we surprised that Tyson Beckford can't move better having been a model? He's good at posing, not so much the moving part. I think he probably will not be around too long, although I imagine Jenna has a voting block from the Chmerkovsky. Why I have so much trouble saying that name, the Chmerkovsky connection. But that was unfortunate. Nice to look at. If she could just dance. He's the kind of guy that she needs to just dance around as much as possible. Usually they do that with the old people. In this case, well, she was doing it. And also that's what Riley did too.
Yes.
With her person, for sure.
Little bundle of energy, Riley. She's adorable. Yes. I wish her well. I don't think that it's going to be that long, but okay.
Right.
We were wondering what the Troop thought of her just going right to pro, but there's no Troop this season. So not only do they not get to be pros, they don't even get to be Troop.
There weren't any last night, but do you think there's going to be any ever?
I have heard they eliminated it for this season.
Wow.
Ezra was assisting the choreographer for the opening number. But not dancing. I did see Alexis said she was there, but I didn't see her, that she was doing something. But I don't think there's an official troupe, which is too bad.
Yeah.
But now they have...
I guess every week there's a pro who becomes the troupe.
That's right. So that may be it. I thought when it was just on Disney Plus, there were no commercials, were there? I think they just had troupe dances.
Yeah.
Where there would be commercials. Now that it's on both Disney and ABC, there are commercials on Disney.
Oh, interesting.
And weirdly, for a live show, Disney and ABC are not in sync.
Oh, God.
It's driving me crazy because I hit the live button on Disney. We're watching it on the TV. Disney is about a minute and a half behind. Because I was watching with my daughter, warm mother-daughter time, watching Dancing with the Stars, but also I can't see the TV that well. So I thought, this is great. I'll have it on Disney Plus right next to me, and I can see it close up, and then I can listen to it on the regular TV. And they weren't in sync. Disney, come on. Get with it. What are you doing? I don't know if they have extra content of some sort or what, but it was annoying. They should be.
Yeah.
Next week, I'll start them both at the same time and see if it works.
Right.
But, so who else do we want to talk about? Jamie Lynn. What was your feeling about Jamie Lynn? She did okay.
Yeah, she
has scorching haters on social media.
Really?
Yes. People showing pictures of a laughing meme and saying, this is me after Jamie Lynn Spears goes home first. Ha, ha, ha. And, of course she didn't. She was never going to go home first.
No.
That was not going to happen, people. Boy. Go on Twitter and search DWTS and Jamie Lynn Spears. Oh, my goodness. You will get an eyeful. People just hate her with the heat of 1,000 suns. And that made me vote for her.
Yeah.
So there.
I mean, I never like it when they're like, I want to show my kids blah, blah, blah. Like, okay.
Well, they're not allowed to talk about their actual work as actors, apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And also remember that she's the one who is donating all of the money she makes.
Yes.
Back to the, to the support the striking. I mean, I don't know what's happening now that that's hopefully ending, but anyway, yeah.
Well, the Writers Guild is. I think SAG-AFTRA is still going on.
It is still going on.
Yeah, well, that would be a reason for people to vote for her, but I don't think they probably want to say that.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was absolutely no mention of it. They
did say Oscar winner Mira Sorvino, though, every single time she was around. That you can do.
Right.
But let's see.
Yes,
Anybody else?
We have a Grammy winner. We have an Oscar winner. Yes. Mm-hmm.
We have a bunch of other people who are just desperate for publicity.
We have a lot of Bachelor-affiliated people.
Oh, yes. I mean, Ariana, reality show person, I do not care about, but I wouldn't be mad if she won because then the posh cows would have his and her mirror balls.
Yes.
So that seems, I always root for a husband whose wife has a mirror ball to get a mirror ball. Come on, man, you can do it.
Yes.
And let's see, who else did I want to? I thought Sochi.
Mm-hmm.
She was adorable. Cute. Yes. I would watch it with these Zendaya comparisons right now, but she is similarly long-legged and adorable. So
yeah,
she was first, and so that's a bad spot. But later on,
but she scored pretty well for going first.
She did. And Mauricio, who is another reality TV person that I care not about, but he was cute. He and Emma were cute. That was a good dance.
Yeah.
They did pretty well. And Barry, what did they do to his hair? Why?
Yeah, his hair is very weird.
He's not going to dance with that every time. He's on all over social media with this fluffy gray hair, and it looks very good on him. He looks great. What was that?
Yeah, that was weird.
It just changed the whole look of his face and made him look older.
Yeah.
To have this fake brown hair than he did with his gray hair.
Also, just the way it was almost like a comb over look, even though it wasn't it wasn't necessary. He's not bald. You don't need that.
If that was his real hair, then, you go, man, you go do what you got to do. But it was fake.
Right.
It wasn't his real hair. What the heck? Cannot you do better for this man than that?
Yeah.
So I hope that goes away. Please, just rock the gray man. He's actually younger than my husband, so by about 6 months, but they're born the same year. Mm-hmm. So, and my husband would not be caught dead in whatever hair that was, or dancing on a television show.
Right. There's a lot of things.
Or wearing that costume. So yeah, it's not a fair comparison, but please, man, the gray looks great. Just go for it. Yeah. So that was fun. It was long. It's 2.5 hours.
It was long. It's not going to be 2.5 hours every week, is it?
Please, no. For a while, though, because there's still a lot of people.
Yes, that is true.
And we apparently want to get to know them.
Mm-hmm. Except we're not going to talk about their jobs too much.
These are just some people we thought were famous, so we don't have any idea what they do for a living. We're not going to talk about all the TV shows.
Yeah.
All the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Well,
just the reality people.
Right.
Does Lily really have 50 million social media followers? Did they say 50 million?
I didn't catch that, but I mean, the thing is that she was billed, wasn't she, as a social media personality, but she's like a singer. I mean, they said she has like a Latin Grammy. I mean, let's lead with that, right?
That is a good point.
I mean, maybe she's just more famous in the U.S. from her TikToks or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I feel like she's an accomplished singer. Let's actually give her credit for that. I mean,
if she has 50 million social media followers and can marshal them, well, then she's the winner, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody else is going to be able to come near that.
Right.
And her dance was good, but it was funny as we were watching this show, the various songs were playing, and my daughter was going, "Oh, I like that song, but I don't like this mix," because I guess it was the band doing it. I don't like this version of it. I don't like this. I'm going, well, it sounds okay to me. I don't know this song. Then they butchered Roxanne. What the heck? Oh, my goodness.
So
it was
weird.
awful.
Yeah.
I was covering my ears. What are you doing to this song?
Yeah.
So... so I like was retroactively sympathetic for my daughter hearing all these songs. She liked. What did they do?
See what you mean.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was just no thank you.
Gosh, it was just awful.
Yeah.
But the biggest revelation to me of the entire thing, the biggest surprise, the biggest shock, not the eliminations, not the dances. Natasha Lyonne is doing commercials for Old Navy?
Yes.
What? What was that? I saw that go by. I wasn't really paying attention. And just at the very end of it, I'm going, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? And then I looked it up online, and sure enough.
I've seen them. I must have seen them during like football games or something. Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess. You go. You make some money.
Right.
But, all right.
Not exactly her vibe.
I would think. I mean, it could be worse, but still. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Right. Well.
So next week, we will again be Dancing with the Stars, one fewer. And we will watch the final episode of this season of Only Murders in the Building, opening night. Dun, dun, dun.
They should just show the whole entire
They should.
musical.
I want to see this show.
I want to see it.
If this other songs are good as the ones we've heard,
right?
This will be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But I guess it probably is more than 45 minutes long.
Yeah, probably.
But they can show some more scenes. I feel like the people who are cast as actors in this thing maybe thought they were going to have a bigger part than they've actually had. Unless one of them is the murderer. So
yes,
that's always possible.
Right.
Ashley Park's just been laying low.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so anyway, also on Dancing with the Stars, next week is Latin night. Isn't every night Latin night?
Right.
Really?
They have to do it while they still have Lele, for sure.
They're not going to be doing those Scottish dances.
That's right.
Latin.
All right. So this week at the library, we've already...
Catherine's Library Find of the Week.
We've already talked about the Amish, all the different genres of Amish-related things there are. Mm-hmm. And you're probably familiar with the cozy mystery concept, right? And there's many, many series of them and sort of like themes. You know, you have the knitting related ones and the quilting related ones and the many, many, many food related ones. So, and they love a pun in the title.
Oh, don't we?
Death by 1,000 Sips is one. So there's like coffee and tea related.
All right.
Themes. This is a good one. Assaulted Caramel. And an Amish candy shop mystery. That one brings in the Amish as well. Crepes of Wrath, a pancake house mystery.
Oh, goodness.
Cheddar Off Dead, a cheese shop mystery. And my personal favorite. The Enemy You Gnocchi. By Catherine Bruns, part of a, pasta themed. Yeah. It goes with Penny Dreadful, and It Can Only Be Murder.
Oh, goodness.
I know, a stretch, but that one just made me laugh. The Enemy You Gnocchi.
Oh, golly.
Starring Tessa Esposito, Italian chef.
I see.
And this person this author, Catherine Bruns, she has several series. So she has the Italian Chef Mystery Series, which I just mentioned. Mm-hmm. Cookies and Chance, with titles like Burned to a Crisp, Frosted with Revenge.
That's kind of like Only Murders in the Building was frosted with.
That's right. She has a set of 2 starring an aspiring actress and a waitress at the Loco Moco Cafe in Hawaii. She has 1 maple syrup mystery starring a manufacturer of artisanal maple syrup. A whole bunch more.
She's having too much fun with this stuff.
Yeah, I think I feel like the titles come first, and then the mystery comes after. So
nice work if you can get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you have it. If you like puns with your mysteries,
if you want to read and snack and need some inspiration,
that's right.
I have to read one more chapter of this, but then Yankee's not ready.
Yes.
Sounds like fun, though.
Yes.
We should think of something punny we can write about. We were going to do a book of types of parents with all sorts of puns.
That's right.
We never did.
Yep.
And reminds me of the... I don't know if you followed this account. There's an Instagram account called Heidi Wrangles Cats. Did you tell me about that? Somebody told me.
I think that was Nicole.
I think it was Nicole.
Yes.
Where this woman rescues cats, oftentimes spays and releases the mother, but keeps the kittens. And she names the kittens on a theme.
Mm-hmm.
So, and kittens from a certain family will have all names along the same lines. And it's very funny. So she could just stretch that on into books, romances about cats.
I'm sure there's like cat related. There's definitely
cat related romances. There's dog ones, right?
There's and mysteries too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole bunch. There's an author who does all dog related mysteries, and of course there's a picture. The author photo has the dog in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But well, this is your job for the library now, is to go find some cat related romances.
Okay.
But see, the cat's like, who cares?
Yeah.
The cat's got other things to do.
Right.
All gonna be, a human is dead, I must find out. It's like, one less. It's fine.
Right. As long as I'm getting fed, I don't care.
Where's the food? Let me just go make sure that's okay.
Right.
Oh, well. So we have no cat topics on our back catalog. Many, many, many dog topics, but no cat
Yes,
topics.
We have talked about. We have talked about cats.
Briefly about. We talk about
with Nicole.
There's going to be a quote graphic coming up this week about Nicole's cats taking care of the lizard problem, but leaving the corpses behind to be found by her. So we do have cat content. See, look, we have everything in our archives. So much stuff. But today we are in our spin through the archives. We are going to see what we were talking about 1 year ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and 8 years ago this week.
That's right.
Is this what we have been doing with our lives?
Well, we have 4 this week. We usually talk about 3, but
2 are on the same subject.
We talked about Apple Watches twice,
3 years apart.
Yeah, so I guess that's because this is the time of year when Apple releases new things.
That's true. Yes, they just did release new Apple Watches, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I think both these topics are pretty much the same thing, which is what apps would we want on our Apple Watch if we were parents. Now, I own an Apple Watch that was given to me by a friend when she got a new Apple Watch. She said, "Hey, do you want my old one?" And I said, "I'm sure not paying for one, but if you're giving it for me for free, I'll take it." And I have been mildly enjoying it. I wear it like when I take my walks to get the fitness rings and stuff. But now it has started to come out of its case. And it will fall off at some point. And if it is when I am taking a walk, it will be gone. And so I am not wearing it And I don't know what to do. According to online, you have to take it back to the Apple store and have them fix it. And I am about 99% sure they will say, oh, you should just buy a new one.
Yeah.
So, and my husband said, oh, just buy a new one. And I'm like, do you have any idea how much they cost? Because if you knew, you would go, for a watch? But I do see that they have the cheap old ones are still like at the edge of what I would be willing to pay. So I will possibly be getting a new one, and then I will want to app it up. So
yeah,
these app ideas we had that we offered freely to the world do not seem to have been taken up by Apple.
No one's been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an Apple Watch, and I so far don't have.
Yeah, you do not need one.
I have a Fitbit.
Yes. Which
I like a lot, and and I've been using a Fitbit for probably a decade.
Yeah.
And it tells the time, and if I get a text, I get a little notification on the watch. I can't do anything about it, but I can at least.
Is that only if you're near your phone, or is that if you're anywhere?
I don't know, because I'm always near my phone.
Yeah, the Apple Watch that I have, you can do all sorts of things if you're in a range of your phone. You can make phone calls through it, you can send texts, you can send emails, you can receive things, but if you are too far away from your phone, nope.
Yeah.
So it's just a phone extension at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I can read the text. Or I can, and also if I'm getting a phone call, I can see who's calling. But I can't respond. So, but it's nice to, if my phone is charging one room away, then I can see I don't need to answer. I don't need to go deal with that text or pick up that call or whatever. So that's handy.
Yeah. There's things on it I've enjoyed, and there's things on it I used for a while and then stopped. So it's I don't want to wear it around all day. I'm sitting at my desk. I don't need to be wearing a watch, but a lot of the features work best if you have it on all the time, because of course they want you to have it on all the time. Right. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to get another one, but I wish they had some of these features we talked about. If they could have if the tracker would work. Maybe the tracker does work if I could just have the tracker on all the time. But we were saying if it could prompt you to nag your kids or to check where they are or to look on their.
I'm not sure we need a lot of help with that.
We usually remember, but every now and then.
The one about, sending out an alert to your family, we got an elevated heart rate over here.
Yes.
Try to tread carefully, or
exactly.
Do whatever it is that your mother has been telling you to do, because she's starting to lose it.
Right. That would be very helpful.
Yes. I like that one.
Although they don't, even when it becomes apparent to the naked eye that I'm in distress. Yeah, do they care so much? Yeah. Oh, mom's going off again. All right.
But if if the watch could issue reminders, if the kids have the watch and it could issue some sort of reminders to them, then it doesn't come from you. It's coming from the watch.
It could be my watch, an app on my watch that sends them, but
that's right.
Automatically. I don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
They
don't need to know that.
Have you told your mom you love her? Tell her now.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that,
Right.
Did you take your plates off the table?
And this could be, things that cheer us up. This is something else we were talking about during the COVID fall of 2020.
Yeah.
Things that we can do to cheer ourselves up. And if it was our kids doing what we asked, that would cheer me up.
That would be wonderful. If it was your husband just doing that thing you've been asking him to do without you having to nag, that'd be awesome. Yep. I need to put a watch on him. I need to lock it on his wrist and just keep going. Do it. Yes. It's just people that agree to do something, but then don't. And when you mention it, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it.
Right.
Let me strap this on your wrist, honey, and we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get tighter and tighter. Do they have band apps? I think they need wristband apps. And then the spikes come out. But no, it'll be fine. Yeah. And you need to have like the ones for the kids that maybe have a lock on the band. So like they can't take it off.
Can't take it off.
Until they come home, and then you can unlock it.
It's like the
combination only you know.
Yeah, but it's like a an ankle monitor that they put on a prison, a parolee.
Sounds good to me. What cheers me up? What cheers us up now?
I feel like it's still pretty similar, just, little treating yourself to something, or, now that my kids are not here, of course, it's, if I hear from them and it's just a, hey, I wanted to tell you this, or
a completely spontaneous call.
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's
Program
not
their Apple Watches.
Right.
Have you called your mom? You cheer her up.
Yes.
Yeah, that is nice. And a nice moment with a child, even an adult child, is cheerful.
Yeah, like you were talking about when you went to your son's job and
yes,
everybody was.
That definitely cheered me up. If I could do that like once a week and different people would come and tell me how wonderful he is and how much they love him, that'd be good. That'd cheer me right up.
Yeah.
My daughter and I think I may have mentioned this, have been going to the Holy Hour at our church on Fridays. Mm-hmm. We don't go to the Mass before, but we just go and stay for the hour. And she has wanted to do it. She likes to do it. She likes the peacefulness of just sitting there in the quiet. And it makes me so happy that she wants to. Even if I am like having a day where it's like, this is a little bit of a problem, but I do it. And it's the prayerfulness of it is good for me, but also just knowing that she wants to and she digs it, and having that time sitting with her is cheering me up lately. I like that.
That's nice.
And also, I think I've mentioned in the past that I do the Wall Street Journal crossword puzzle every day. That cheers me up. I like that. There's always has some sort of little pun, some little humor. So I enjoy doing the puzzle and getting that humor. And if I do well, I feel cheerful about that. If I don't, I go into the comments and see all the people that are mad about some clue or other. Comments on a crossword puzzle, what a delightful development. Right. People who are doing it in the newspaper, you still need to go online and see the comments. People are very upset. It's something they don't know. Why are there all these actor names? I don't know any of these actors. I do. And why are there foreign language words in here? There shouldn't be foreign language words.
Oh my goodness.
But then other people are like sticking up for it, and it's fun.
Yeah, I do the spelling bee in the New York Times. That's the one where you have 7 letters and you have to.
I could never figure out how to make that work. I gave up.
Well, I had to subscribe in order to get access to it. Otherwise you can do it. You can do it in your head. Like, what is the big word? What is the main word? But anyway, it famously has a very active comments section, and like people talk about way more than just that day's puzzle. Yeah. And people are like friends now from all over the world. But also they
these days.
They do, like the other day, the letters included A, B, L, E. So you had every word that could, end in A, B, L, E. And somebody was like, oh, I really can't stand it when it's those letters, because English is so arbitrary of what words can you make like that and what words can't you make. And it is true. But I mean, that just means you just try them, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't.
That is correct. And that is the nature of playing a game.
That's right.
A word game, anyway.
Yes. And The other past episode that I thought was funny to put on here was just because of our library discussion.
Yes.
We once, in 2015...
Children's books we've loved and loathed. And you know, the ones I've loved, I still have in a bookcase in my living room. And I've been on a decluttering kick lately and am doing well with it. And I keep looking in that bookcase and saying, we're never going to look at those books again. I should just get rid of those books. Maybe some other kid would like to read them. And then I look at them and I go, I can't let them go. No, Henry and Mudge must always be in my home.
Maybe Franklin, just one.
Franklin. I remember Franklin. Oh, well. So there they stay, dusty and neglected, but still within eyesight.
But still treasured in your heart.
And I ask my kids, do you remember when you used to read those? And they say no.
Yeah.
I remember.
But you remember. That's what matters.
Such sweet moments. My little ones on my lap, understanding nothing of what I'm reading, but still. Me
well, I still don't like Magic Tree House, and I
loved the Magic Tree House.
I still see it every day.
Magic Tree House was the only books my daughter could read and understand, and we treasured those silly books. She doesn't remember reading those either, though, I don't suppose. But
yeah, I think that if she were a kid today, it would be the Rainbow Fairies. She'd be all into the Rainbow Fairies, because there are about a bazillion of those.
Well, the nice things about the Magic Tree House, and maybe it's true of the Rainbow Fairies as well, is that they were chapter books. Yeah. They were just really easy chapter books. And even though there was a fantasy element, it was a fairly straightforward fantasy element. And you didn't necessarily need to understand that it was a fantasy element to be able to follow the story.
Right.
And the language level was very easy. So there need to be more cool chapter books for kids with reading issues. It's so hard if your kid is not into reading to get through like elementary school.
Right.
So, especially when they're doing Harry Potter in 4th grade. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a little much.
Putting the words from Harry Potter on a spelling list, because of course they're going to need those. So,
operate.
Yeah. I will stick up for the Magic Tree House, even though I recognize why it infuriates people.
It really bugs me.
You have to not think about why are their parents not out looking for these children. But
I just, yeah. I don't know why. I mean, there's plenty of other, there's other books that are equally good and, that have the same problems and also that are, equally beloved. So there's no reason for me to have such a feeling. But
yeah. It's like adult stuff, Yeah. Why do people watch reality shows? I don't understand. They're so offensive, but at the same time, you just sit down and eat them like popcorn. It's fine.
Right.
Everybody, as long as there's enough of different things for everybody.
Yeah.
But definitely with easy readers that look like they're on age level, even when they're not.
Right.
Those are awesome.
They are awesome.
They are. And
I'd say we have been talking long enough.
Probably you are ready to go to the library, listener, and find something to read instead of listening to us. So let's get out of here.
May we suggest a cozy mystery?
Yes.
Anyway, well, that's it for the Parenting Roundabout Weekly Roundup. You can find all our episodes on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. And you can also talk to us on our Facebook page, on Instagram, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. Please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/mamitude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we've talked about over the years. We'll see you back here next Tuesday. Goodbye, Terry.
Goodbye, Catherine.
Bye, everyone.